Howdy. We'll get started in a second. All right. There we go. Okay. R00Z H triple R's out. Oh, that's not the full thing. What's going on with this? Looking like you could get some snow in Iowa here pretty soon. We're going to take a look at some of the latest updates here. This is over the next about 5 days. I think like actually 7. We'll get started in a second, guys. 6. Yeah, not a super long one, but we're gonna go through the latest updates with our 18Zs, the craziness that's going around. That's going on. I can't speak. I'm setting up, guys, my kind of winter storm setup. I gotta figure this out. You see, I have winter storm warnings up there. That's gonna include, and when we have winter storms coming through, that's gonna include any. The heck? Why isn't this? Oh, I know what's going on here. 1 second, guys. That is going to include any winter storm warning, blizzard warning, or snow squall warning. Then the ice storm warning is obviously going to be ice. So we'll see how many are active. I have to get my bottom screen, though, I have to get that transitioned over to just reporting on winter storms. Once I do that, I'll also always have, you can see the snow totals right under me here. I'll keep expected snow totals under me. I have to replace the SPC outlook in the bottom there. But we'll have it so we always have our winter storm, our snow warnings, our ice warnings, our scrolling cities for the warnings, and then our snow totals beneath me, and then live here. So a little bit more fixing to do, but we'll get there. All right, we'll get started in a second, guys. Let me just make sure everything's good. Gotta close out some of this stuff. Let's make sure my let's see. Snow squall warnings are working. Let's make sure they're working. Ready, guys?
A new snow squall warning has been issued.
I think they're working, guys. I think they're working. All right. Yeah, atmospheric X for my overlays. I have some other minor stuff, but the majority is atmospheric X. Yeah. All right, guys. We'll get started 1 second. Give me 1 second. We'll talk about all the latest snow updates. Coming in hot. Just give me 2 seconds. What's going on, Sage? Okay. I had to try one of these. It's pretty good. I love myself some cream soda. My favorite type of soda. Chicago's going to have a bunch of good chances for snow here. That's my thoughts on Chicago. New York City is not getting a lot of snow. Not in the short term. As we push into the second week of December, your chances go way up, though. When do the models come out for December 14th? I mean, I can look at the models for December 14th right now. They're just probably not going to be very accurate. Here's the Euro for December 14th. Let's go into our 7-day through December 14th. There you go. Let's look at the control. Well, here's the GFS. 7-day. Let's look at the control on the Euro. Interesting. Can we do CFS control there? CFC control. Anyways, all right. Let's get realistic here. Let's get some updates on the snow. Winter pattern, minor little changes today at the 18Z, and then I'll take some questions. NTX, Tori, what's going on? Laddie, what's going on? Sorry I didn't say anything. Mods, I just hopped on. Gonna be snow anytime this winter for Texas? Possibly. Anyways, okay, here. Let's get into the GFS. Let's look at our snow totals. Let's not go crazy here though. Let's just look at our snow totals. Yeah, let's not get crazy. Let's look at our snow totals out. What the GFS expects 200 hours out. We'll say about 10 days out. We'll say about 10 days out, which is still a little crazy, but this is the latest from the GFS with the 18Z. Still seeing a lot of snow through here. We're going to take a look at kind of what's happening with our storms. Still seeing a lot of snow through here. A good chance for St. Louis, Chicago, Des Moines, Inner New England, you know, Detroit, Western Michigan's going to get some good lake effect. Northern Panhandle of Texas, Plains of Colorado. Our European for Minneapolis, by the way, our 18Z did shift snow to the south. This is very soon. So our 18Z did shift snow to the south. So on the 12Z of the Euro today, we were showing only an inch to 2 here. Now you've got Minneapolis Metro here. The Euro's suggesting 3 inches. So it put another inch down there. Short range models. We've got some short range models out here, and I'm gonna get to all your guys' questions. Just want to look at some stuff real quick. NAM 3K, both the NAM 12K and 3K. Think like no snow down here, but the NAM is terrible with snow placement. It always has been. I don't know why it's so bad with snow placement. It's just bad with snow ratio, I think. I think that's not even where the snow is going to be, but I think it's bad with the ratio. Here's your Canadian. Not loaded enough there. And then you've got your Rufus. Rufus also keeps snow pretty far to the north. You've got your updated 18Z Euro AI putting a few inches into Minneapolis Monday night. Tuesday night into Wednesday, sorry. And then, yeah, so there's some updates with that. The GFS also keeps snow into Minneapolis as well, so the globals like it. The short ranges are being a little weird, but we'll see once we get our HRRR, what our HRRR says. We'll get our HRRR for that snow tomorrow, and we'll see. Anyways, let's talk about the rest of the stuff. We'll get our HRRR, yeah, tomorrow. We might even get a little bit of a kind of a signal with the 00Z tonight. Longer range here. Here's the 18Z. Interesting with the 18Z out here in Missouri, southwestern Indiana. Lots of lake effect snow on the 18Z as well. You can see this. A lot of lake effect snow into Erie, into Buffalo, into potentially Syracuse, Rochester. We'll see. Western Michigan. What's the difference between our 18Z of the GFS and the 12Z? There's the 18Z. There's the 12Z. Here's the new one. Here's the old one. I still trust the 12Z more, though, by the way. New one. Old one. New one. Snow goes farther south down here with the updated GFS. So that's interesting. Really quickly, let me take a look. Here, let me actually look at this over here so I don't get... Give me one more second, guys, and I'm going to get to all your questions. I want to take a look if we had any updated. 1 day ago, 1 day ago, 2 days ago. 23rd. Yep, MJO is still expected to be aggressive. Mid to late December. Already knew that. 1 second, guys. 1 second. Let me see something. I saw something on X that I wanted to talk about. Because I'm just on... My X is just Weather X. Wait, what? Wait, what? Wait, sorry, guys. I'm reading something. 1 second. There's something I wanted to show you. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Polar vortex is collapsing. The wind's probably going to reverse. Great. We already know that. Okay. Whatever. I'll find it later. Oh, yeah. I mean, NOAA kind of released its, like, December outlook. Not just the 3 to 4 week outlook. Yeah, so when was this? Okay, yeah, okay. I don't think I brought this up yet. NOAA's December outlook. Here, just so I can show you guys. No, that's not what I want. Sorry, we'll get to questions in a second. Here's NOAA's December outlook. I'll go like that. There you go. This is temperature. Again, I think this is going to be cooler down in Texas. I don't think Texas is going to be this warm. I'm not fully buying that. Other than that, I think it's pretty accurate. We're definitely, you know, it's interesting because I see this warmth here. I see this warmth through portions of the mid-Atlantic. And I know the start to December is going to be warm here. But it's quickly going to I think pretty quickly going to transition into cold as we get into like December 8th, December 9th. And I think we hold below average temperatures for a long enough time that this doesn't, to me, I think we're going to end up actually being below average out. I would say really, I feel like we're going to end up, this below average is going to end up stretching out here like this, and it's going to cut this off, and we're going to have average through here. I don't see like North Carolina, Virginia, Maryland. I don't see that being really above average, but we'll see. We'll see. If I could change anything, because I was looking at this again earlier, if I could change anything, I would bring that average down here, and then I'd bring the average probably over here, and I'd bring this cold out here. I'd stretch it east. There's going to be a few moments in early December where we get super hot air kind of pooling up here in front of the cold air that's diving into the plains, and that's going to try to really make the December seem warm for these states here. But what's good for you guys, if you're like, okay, well, I'm above average all of December, I'm not going to get a white Christmas. What's good for you guys is this is all based, this is from what they think is going to happen in early December. Mid to late December, I promise you NOAA thinks it's going to cool down out here. It's going to be below average, or at least average to below average temperatures. Because our jet's collapsing in here early December, and you're going to have that pooling warmth, and then eventually that's going to shift out to the east as we get that negative NAO set up. Okay, last thing, and then I'll take questions. There's your precipitation chances. Notice, by the way, kind of DC, Baltimore, Philly, New York City, they're expecting average temperatures above average precipitation. That's good. That's not bad, too, when it comes to your snow chances in December and before Christmas. So, yeah. All right. Anyways, what's going on, guys? Vanessa, Jasmine, what's going on? Ali B, what's popping? think we'll have winter like last year in Kansas City? I don't really know what your winter was like last year in Kansas City. I honestly don't remember. I can't remember what every city's winter was like in last year. Like, I don't remember each individual one. I've started seeing people warning of ice storms. Yeah. We have an ice storm. We do have like an ice storm set up ahead. This is just what can happen this time of year. Where you'll see it right here. You know, warm, moist Gulf air slamming into a polar vortex that's collapsing. There's just going to be ice. There's going to be an ice boundary somewhere in between here. This is when you get severe weather, ice, snow. You always get it in December, especially in December. Sometimes that ice transfers farther south as we get into January, but definitely through the Central Plains, portions of the northern Ohio Valley, battle of ice here. Yeah, we could see that happening. And you can see 1 ice storm opportunity, 2 ice storm, maybe 3. Oh my God, it still has this tropical system. Whoa. So many winter storms. This is 4 winter storms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh my gosh, this is going to be an active pattern. Some showing snow to rain for Chicago. Oh my gosh. Earl, I appreciate you becoming a member. Welcome to the Climate Crew. Shout out to Earl. Becoming a member on YouTube. Earl, I appreciate you. I didn't even realize I had that image that popped up there. I was like, wait, what? Thanks, Erlen. I appreciate it. As prepared. Cool, thanks. As prepared as we'll ever be then. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, it's going to be a particularly active December, at least. It could be a very active winter as well. Tough L today. Oh, my gosh, I know. I didn't care. Yeah, Giants are the first team eliminated from the playoffs. I don't care. We'll get a good draft pick. And I wanted us to go for it there. I didn't care about kicking the field goal. Go for the win. Whatever. We have nothing to lose in this season. What are you seeing for... What? Ow, I don't know what that is. PJ, where's that? Will the Pith see snow or rain or nada? Guys, I don't know what any of these places you're talking about are. Snow in Middle Illinois. Yeah, you have some good opportunities here. This is your first really good opportunity here about this upcoming weekend. The GFS and Euro agree on some good snow through Central Illinois. So Eastern Iowa, yeah. I mean, again, really Friday into Saturday. There's your Euro. There's your GFS. Friday into Saturday. Here's your Euro. They're starting to produce this snow along this Bear Clinic zone. I love the catch by Jameis Winston, though. That was crazy. In the juke. Snow in Sun River, Oregon. Don't know where Sun River, Oregon is. You just should have said west or east. But we can look at Oregon as a state. At least in the short term, not much out there. But you move forward a little bit farther. There's a collapse of the jet there. So you're probably going to get an opportunity there. I mean, at the end of this Euro run, you get a ton of snow in Oregon. But that's really we're not seeing that big snow opportunity in Oregon. I mean, we could get some good high elevation snow here this upcoming weekend of Friday or Saturday. But big snow for Oregon, you're really not seeing that opportunity out till December 7th or 8th. And I think that's when your PNA starts to go negative. So you start to get your ridge dropping down to the south. You're going to get more cold air. That's going to be pushing into Oregon out about a week or 10 days. What are we thinking about Cincinnati, Ohio, late December? We should have a good winter storm pattern out here, I think. Mid to late December. So Cincinnati, Ohio is not bad around Christmas time. From at least, I mean, what we're looking at now. I can only tell you what I'm seeing right now with the setup. Any snow in central Minnesota? Oh, yeah, we got some snow coming up right now. Tuesday night into Wednesday. Here you go. Here's what the latest Euro thinks. As we wake up on Wednesday, that's what the Euro thinks. This is less than 3 days out. Have you went over Kentucky yet? Specifically Bardstown, Kentucky? Don't know where Bardstown is, but if this wasn't a quicker stream, I could go and look up every small town in the United States. But it's easier if you just say northwestern Kentucky, northeastern, central, southwestern, southeastern, north central, northeastern, northwestern. I can quickly give you a forecast on that, because as cool as it would be for me to know every single city in America, I don't. I wish I could. That'd be an awesome superpower. Kentucky here. Listen, Kentucky, I think it was going to have an issue here late November into early December, because I think Kentucky could see some ice by the way these storms are setting up. Real good snow opportunities for Kentucky, I don't think happen. I don't think you start seeing the opportunities for good fluffy snow into Kentucky until we get into the second week of December. I think you start seeing the opportunities line up. Over the next 10 to 14 days, it's really looking like you're more going to want to worry about some ice or some very cold rain. Didn't even know you were live, but yeah, I know. I usually don't go live right now. Eastern South Dakota. Yeah, I mean, Eastern South Dakota. Well, most models like to keep this. I have South Dakota. Oh, no, we have North and South. That's what it is on here. 1 second, guys. Where is it? Where is it? Do they have it as the Dakotas? 1 second. I don't understand why. When you go into states, I mean, I'm just gonna go into region and go Dakotas, North Central. Yeah, I mean, latest run from the Euro, you could get a little snow out there in eastern South Dakota, but it's looking like northeastern. Let's look at I don't even want to look at the NAM. The NAM is so bad. The NAM is so bad in the short range with snow. It was really bad last year. The 0 is loading up though, so we'll look at that when it comes out. You see, like, the NAM has like 0 snow anywhere here. I just don't think that's true. I think we're gonna get snow in this region. I don't know. The NAM is so bad with snow placement. It did so bad last year. I talked to you guys about that like a month ago in a stream. The NAM did so bad with snow placement last year. We'll have to see how the Rufus does. I have a feeling the Rufus is going to do bad because it agrees with the NAM so much. Snow is way harder to predict than rainfall and stuff like that, because you have to understand what's happening in the lower, middle, and upper levels of the atmosphere to see what the snow ratio is going to be, or if it's going to be snowing or not. All right, let me keep answering questions. When will it snow in Cincinnati? I think you're going to have to wait a little bit. Euro doesn't like your chances over the next 2 weeks. The GFS, I think, actually gives you an opportunity here over the next couple of weeks. Nope, keeps it to the north. You can look at our Euro AI. Gives you a little bit of an opportunity. Cincinnati, you guys are in the same boat as the East, and I keep saying it, but out here, your opportunities aren't going to be, I mean, unless you're getting lake effect snow, obviously, are likely not going to be until we push into the second week of December. Let me show you guys what's happening. Actually, we're going to do this. We're going to go into the Euro ensemble. We're going to look at it like this. Let's go to 12Z. Okay. Let me see if I can give you a better version of this. 1 second, guys. Let's do upper air heights. Okay. This right here, as we get into early December, does not favor the east. This favors the plains, and this favors the upper Midwest. But again, cold air pushing down across the Great Lakes is still going to put snow up in the Great Lakes here. Lake effect snow. You push out of the first week of December, and then look what suddenly happens here. You get that troughing out east. Now we're into December 7th. This isn't really ridging here, honestly. This isn't really ridging, because you can see Here's your polar jet. This is going to be forcing cold air into the north. But again, this is a pattern that's going to support eastern snowstorms. That's just out towards the 8th. Let me go into the European weekly here so I can show you guys. All right, early December, you can see where the storm tracks want to be. This is where our storm tracks are going to be. There's blocking, too much blocking out to the east. You get into mid-December, there you go. Look at the East Coast. Late December, right before Christmas. It's a much better setup. So, and that's why I say when NOAA says it's going to be warm, when NOAA shows this, it's really a lot of this warmth. It's taking it from the first probably 10 days of December before the cold air starts to favor the eastern seaboard. It'll start to favor it. You can see it out here as we get into mid-December, that cold air running into the east. So, a little bit of a southeastern block. That's typical with the La Nina, though. Some showing snow to rain for Chicago. Some just show snow. What do you think? Your live contains themes that some may find uncomfortable and has been restricted. Reasons: alcohol, tobacco, drugs. What the hell? This isn't even alcohol. It's a cream soda. Is TikTok that stupid? Is TikTok... This is why I'm trying to just do on YouTube. TikTok is so stupid. This is soda, TikTok. This is a soda. Gourmet soda with cane sugar. Oh my god, they're so dumb. 1 second, guys. They're so stupid. 1 second. TikTok is so stupid. It's always the one that does crap like this. Oh my, song please? Sure. 1 second. 1 second. Well, okay. Well, my live's restricted. Wonderwall by Nightcap. Wonderwall by Nightcap. Okay. Well. Wait. How do I? Okay. I'll just have to dispute that later. Wow. TikTok is so stupid. Oh my god. I hope they review this VOD after I dispute this whole thing. I hope they review this VOD and hear how stupid I'm calling them. I even did a close-up high definition. Look, it's a 4K camera. You can actually see like 4K that it's not alcoholic. In 4K, you can see that it's not alcoholic. Idiots. This is the problem with AI, guys. Drinking cream... Yeah, dude, don't dare drink cream soda on TikTok. They're going to take your account down. How long you staying? Not that long. Another 15 minutes. I should answer questions quicker because I'm not going to be on that long. Would you say it's potential for White Christmas in Cincinnati? Yes. Do you think northern middle Tennessee can get a good snow this winter? And do you think... Yeah, I mean, this region in particular in the Ohio Valley could have some above average precipitation. So you just need the cold air to be in place at the right time. Above average precipitation is pretty good look if you want above average snow during winter. Thanks, Crazy, for typing that in all. It's not alcoholic. Oh my god. How's the next lake effect snow event looking for Western New York? Yeah, it's coming up here quickly. Let me show you actually here. States. New York. Let's look at the latest Euro here, what it's thinking for some of our snow totals. So, there we go. Here it is. Okay. Actually, let's do the GFS because that's not going to show out far enough. So, okay, well, whatever. That one kind of did. Here's kind of what they're seeing. Lake effect snow starting to turn on middle to later this week. I think we're probably going to get a little bit more of a flow into Buffalo, by the way. I think that's going to shift up a little bit north, but some good totals. You can see some areas could see over a foot of snow out in western New York. Could be flying pretty far inland as well. It's going to be very cold. I guess I'll show you the NAM 3K. Maybe it understands how to look at lake effect, but I don't know. I don't really trust the NAM right now with snow-wise. Okay, it's not showing out far enough. It's fine. Here's our Euro AI with that lake effect snow. being a little, not seeing as much, 6 to 9 inches out there, really for much of Western New York and upstate, or along along Great Lake region. No, nothing in Philly. Yeah. I mean, guys, your odds of seeing snow in the New England or coastal mid-Atlantic over the next 10 days is very low. As we push into the second week of December, though, as we get into the mid-range, the 10 to 14, they start to go up, and then I think they get really good mid-December. How much do you think the Twin Cities will get? A couple inches, 3. I think 4 inches on the high end, an inch on the low end. It's weird though. The models keep bouncing back and forth. It all depends when that rain transitions over to snow. We're gonna have rain first, some warm air out in front, and sometimes this warm air punches into the mid atmosphere where the snow's falling behind. You get a little bit of warm air that creeps into the middle levels of the atmosphere back here, and then this snow ratio isn't very good. So then it could snow for a while, and you only end up with like a half an inch. But I think inch low end, 4 inches high end. I could actually show you. Let me show you this real quick. What the National Weather Service thinks. Oops. 1 second. Wait, where's my bookmark bar? Guys, where'd my bookmark bar go? What the heck? Oh my gosh, I hate when my bookmark bar disappears. Okay, 1 second. I have to find my bookmark bar. Hold up. Gosh. Guys, what do you do when your bookmark bar disappears? What? I was about to show you something very good. What did I just click to make that happen? This happens. Gosh. What did I just click to make that happen? Hold up, guys. Okay, so it's there, but it's not here. All right, whatever. Let's just do this, guys. There it is. It's fine. I don't know. Here's all I wanted to show you for people who are wondering about the snow. Here's high end. Here's the high end snow that could fall over the next few days up in the upper Midwest. This is what the National Weather Service thinks is the high end. So Minnesota thinks high end 3 to 4 inches. Expect it. Here's the expect it. Thinking about 1.5 inches for Minneapolis Metro. 1 to 2 inches for Minneapolis Metro. Expect it. So low end thinks no one's gonna get snow. High end, there's the high end. So it could be decent snow. Charlotte, North Carolina. Yeah, you're not gonna see any snow likely in the next couple of weeks, but as we get to mid-December, the East is gonna have their chances move up there. We need to let that ridge settle down, and all this cold air will start to push out into the east. Night, Emmanuel. Whatever it's saying, signing off, we're out. Is Chicago going to get a good amount of snow? There's some good opportunities. Oh, it could be my hat. No, I don't think it's my hat. I don't think it's my hat because I've worn this hat a million times and I've never seen that show. And then when I started drinking this, it showed up. So I don't think it's my hat. You can wear a hat that says like Bud Light on TikTok. Yeah, because I've worn this in I've worn this in so many live streams. I'm pretty sure it's this. Yeah, because I've worn this in so many live streams and that's never happened. Will it snow in South Carolina? Not in the short term. Late December, though, your chances go up. How much snow could we see west of Cleveland, Ohio? It depends. I mean, if you're in the short term, you're probably not going to see too much. I think Cleveland could get in on some of the lake effect snow. Let's take a look at what the Euro thinks about lake effect snow through Ohio. Your chances here. Some pretty good stuff. Some pretty good snow right through here. Northeastern Ohio. Talking about three inches, a foot along the coast, up 6 inches. I mean, not bad snow chances here on the latest Euro update. New Jersey's not going to see. You don't really have any good snow chances here in the short term, but in the mid range, you do have some good snow chances. Again, if you're on the East Coast and you're asking when you're going to see snow, don't expect snow in the next 10 days, but your chances should start going up as we get as we push into the second week of December, or late into the first week of December. Kansas City, Missouri. You don't have to say Missouri. You can just say Kansas City. Kansas City's still in the same spot, no matter forecasting wise, no matter if you're in Missouri or Kansas. Interesting. So I'd probably be more concerned about ice than snow in Kansas City. Let's take a look here. A little bit of an ice chance there, a little bit of an ice chance there, a little bit of an ice chance there. Kansas might see an ice storm here over the next 10 days. Hey, if this trough amplifies a little bit more, there's a possibility you get some snow into Kansas City. I don't think you'd see a ton because you're really going to have you're probably not going to have a good snow ratio with any of this because you have so much warm air. So much warm air that's pushing up against this polar jet as it's pushing through here. So if you do get snow down here, it's probably not going to be a great accumulation. But this is that region that I'm worried about with ice storms over the next 2 weeks. Angela, I appreciate you. What's that? Sweet Teddy. I appreciate you, Gemini. Super confused blonde. What is this app called? I'm on Weatherbell. I'm on Weatherbell right now. Interesting. Snowfall house accumulation. Huh. Sorry, guys. I'm getting distracted. Weather in New York City this year is supposed to be bad. Again, as we get into... Here's Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving's going to be cold. Cold for a lot of us. Below average temperatures out here for a lot of us. Some good lake effect snow funneling in for Thanksgiving. This is going to be interesting here. This is kind of within forecast range now, starting to get within forecast range. This snowstorm moving down here into the Midwest. This storm's we're going to have to watch because this storm is going to give us, and this is this upcoming weekend. We're talking about the potential for severe weather, ice and snow. I've been talking about this upcoming weekend. Lots of cold air, lots of bad weather. I mean, this is a mess, and you just have this continued funnel of moisture. I'm interested to see actually on the GFS what it's seeing. Looking at this, what is it seeing for precipitation? What's our 10-day? What's our 16-day anomaly on the GFS? Tons of rainfall out here. Let me look at this. Surface moisture. No, that's not what I want. Sorry, 1 second, guys. I'm actually going to go here. Let's look at our forecast. Here we go. This is what I want to see. Yeah, look at that. 168-hour quantitative precipitation forecast. Look at that. Good rainfall through this region. Dixie Alley, portions of Ohio Valley. This is all going to be transferring up to the northeast, though, as we get into December.
A new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
Pacific Northwest, too. A new severe thunderstorm warning. There it is. There she is. Robert Lee Bronte. Inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds. Both radar indicate it. Nothing too major in there. Is there circulation? Probably not. Let's see. Why is this on here? Why is that on there? 1 second, guys. Can someone get this thing off my screen? Hello? I didn't ask for that. No, don't measure. What? Oh my gosh. Weather Bell, stop doing this stuff, please. Why is this on here? Sometimes I hate these apps. Stop. Why is this thing here? I don't care about the decibels of the storm right now. All right, anyways. A little bit of rotation in here, actually. So it's at the tail end of this as well. So you could get a rotating cloud down here. I'm not too worried, though. I'm not too worried right now. But it could be some big hail, some strong winds moving into Robert Lee. And is that Bronte? Is that how you pronounce it? Texas. I don't know. What is going on? What is this? Weather Bell keeps adding new features, and I just want it to stop. There we go. Stop adding features. You're good enough. Why does Colorado have no snow? You guys are about to get a good amount of snow. Don't worry. You have good snow showing up here in forecasting range. It's going to be good snow for the mountains. I think it's going to end up being good snow for the plains as well, though. Oh. And now my mouse just froze. Okay. Having all sorts of issues today, guys. Have you seen the ZRZ HRRR for tomorrow's severe weather threat? No, we can take a look. Did it amp up a little bit? Let's see. Here's ZRZ. It's not looking too impressive. Nice little squall line, kind of discrete into linear setup. I mean, this looks like a wind and hail thing. I don't know. I don't see. You could get a spin up in here, but it's not looking too dangerous. Let's look at our SIGTOR potential here tomorrow. There's a good amount of SIGTOR out here on the front end of this. I'll tell you that. There is, in fact, Tor, 3.5 effective layer SIGTOR param. You got a kind of spinning hodograph here. A little bit of directional shear. SRH surface shear at 2500 cape. It's nothing wild. Let's take another sounding out here, though. Nothing crazy. Let's see. Let's see here. Eastern Texas. Yeah, I mean, decent spin in your hodograph. Yeah, I mean, some good velocity shear as well with the winds here. 274 SRH, 34 knot, low level shear, and creeping up on 2,000 joules per kilogram. 2.0 effective layer SIGTOR. A southwesterly flow down here. That's a signal. Yeah, I mean, you 100% could get a spin up here, but it's not looking the most ominous. You better keep your Did they? Oh, they took it away. They took away the tornado chances. Okay, keep your alerts on. There's a chance you get a spin up in here. I think there's some inhibition down here, but yeah, they had this 2%, and they actually took it away. That's what I was thinking when I looked. I was thinking, they have a 5% TOR on this? They have a 5% TOR risk on this? It's not looking that bad. Well, they took it off. That's interesting. But they had a 2% TOR on that one. But they still have the 5. This is still the 5. Still the 5. 2 to 5 for tomorrow. Yeah, because I was reading that wrong. This would be throughout the night. No TOR. Here's tomorrow. They actually expanded this one, I feel like, a little bit farther out east. Let's take a look at this again really quickly. HRRR 00Z. Severe weather. Reflectivity. for tomorrow. Again, there's nothing that impressive out here, honestly. Not that, again, you have what you need to get right here. Right here, you can see that SIG-TOR really start to fire up in Louisiana. Interesting. Northern Louisiana might be the place to watch. A ton of storm relative felicity, a ton of violent rotation possible here. I'd say watch out Northern Louisiana. Keep those alerts on. Everyone out there should anyways. If you're in a risk zone, you always should anyways. What are the chances for snow in South Carolina this year? I don't know. I don't know. I'm just looking at December right now. What are your chances for snow in South Carolina in December? Close to 0, because we're gonna have a southeastern ridge probably setting up right around here. But January and February in a La Nina, you can get some crazy. You can get cold air or freezing air that brushes the Gulf very easily with how much your polar jet oscillates in a La Nina. So January and February, I think you could definitely see snow in South Carolina. I think it's going to be hard to see it in December, but I don't want to tell you what your odds are for seeing snow 2 to 3 months away. That's like almost impossible, Eric B, I appreciate you. Snow in North Carolina in the short term again, and probably not in the short term. Mid to late December, your chances go up in North Carolina. The pink is over a foot of snow. Will San Bernardino Mountains, California, get snow in mid-December? We're gonna have plenty of snow that's gonna try to pile up out west as we get into as we get our negative PNA that starts to fall. I think in the second week of December. Let's take a look at our teleconnection out there. What's our PNA doing here? Look at that PNA as we get into the first week of December, going negative, and we're gonna have likely an Alaskan ridge. So this is a good opportunity right here, the first week of December, for snow out in the mountains, out west. Cascades, Sierra Nevada, Rockies, all of them. Albuquerque, possibly as well. Yeah, I mean, yeah, negative PNA with the strong EPO and a negative AO. Yeah. GFS likes putting a lot of snow down there into New Mexico. Not even that far out. We're only talking not even 200 hours out, actually. What about coastal Texas? Yeah, what about it? I don't think you don't have any snow chances in December, but you're going to get some cold air. You'll get some freezing air that pushes up against, I think, Houston, the coast of Texas in general. What do you think Central Iowa is getting this weekend? A foot? I don't think Central Iowa is going to get a foot. I think a foot on the high end. I think you're going to end up with 3 or 4 inches. You could get a foot. I mean, you could get a foot. The Euro and the GFS put some pretty good snow through there, so it's not impossible to get a foot through Central Iowa this weekend. But I'd say a few inches will probably be good. T Swizzle, what's going on? Carb, what's going on? Wisconsin's looking really good in the short term. Within the next 10 days, we're getting some good snow. Yeah, cold air. Yeah, cold air. I think we're gonna get some below freezing air that pushes down against the Texas coast here. Not too long. Let's look at our temperature anomalies. There you go. There's our Thanksgiving. Very cold air. Very cold air for a lot of people, except for people out west. You get a little bit of heat that builds up here. You're probably going to get close to breaking record temperatures along the coast in Texas, but then boom, some cold air is going to try to slide in right behind it. Now, on the latest Euro on the 12Z, look at this. It holds the heat. The GFS, I think, actually pushes this out. So does the Euro AI. Holds the heat there. Let's see what the Euro AI does. See, the Euro AI pushes that heat out and brings 20 to 30 degrees below average temperatures potentially down into coastal Texas. I think the GFS pushes that heat out as well. There it is. It finally gets it out there. And then you have, like I said, like this would probably be like 20 degrees below average air. So that would be just to kick off December. We'll see. And then look at that as we get even farther out. This is even colder. But we'll see who wins. We are going to have Arctic Canadian air trying to shove its way down into the southern plains, though. I can tell you that, trying to make its way down to the Gulf. We'll see if the Arctic air wins or our kind of southeastern ridge tries to hold this whole area. It's going to be a battle. What's gonna help to set up some ice storms. You think the November 29th storm could shift south and push towards the mid-Atlantic? It could. Yeah, I've been talking about that. It could. It still could. I mean, it's still far enough away where you're going to see the models change on it. Yeah, you're talking about this. You're talking about this. You start to get the snow that comes down here, and then it pushes off. Now, the GFS actually sees this going further out to the east. You see, and you start to get some snow and ice out here in the mid-Atlantic region. Now there's a chance this comes in like this, and it does continue out. Your ridge doesn't push it back up to the northeast, and then you have snow that pushes right through the mid-Atlantic. But again, the models right now see the ridge shoving that snow out and keeping you on the warm side in the mid-Atlantic. But at this distance, you could see that change. We could end up seeing the jet staying collapsed and pushing that snow into the mid-Atlantic. So a little bit of hope there before December for the mid-Atlantic. Guys, I wish I could keep answering questions. I got to get up at 4 a.m., 3:30 a.m., 4 a.m. to make another video of everything that's happening with our 00Z runs tonight. Important runs tonight. Again, we're starting to see some big snowstorms and ice storms through the plains. Some severe weather out here. Heavy snow through the upper Midwest. So 00Zs are going to be important tonight. I'm going to make a video tomorrow updating you on the teleconnections, the MJO. Maybe a little bit of January. Next 14 days, potential of cold air and snow and all the good stuff. Appreciate you guys hopping in here. I appreciate the follows. Appreciate anyone who became a member. You guys are awesome. Thanks for the conversation. And I'll be back streaming tomorrow morning as soon as I upload my video. So I'll try to get on stream around 7:30 if I can. Or 7 a.m., 7:30 a.m. Central Time. I'll be back. Everyone have a... Is today Sunday? Yeah, have a fantastic night. And, hey, for a lot of us, it's a short week, right? Thanksgiving, so. Everyone have a great night, and I'll be back up tomorrow morning. Posted and live. See ya.